Okay, can you understood the infertility? Then next we are going to discuss about the assisted reproductive technology. When the couples they cannot able to produce, become in a infertility, in artificially we can make a pregnant. Okay, in artificial method. Okay, in a normal method they cannot able to produce, so we are using in the normal artificial method to become in a pregnant. That methods, the different types of methods are present. That method, the technology, it is known as the assisted reproductive technology. In this technology, a collection of procedure which includes the handling of gametes or embryos outside the body to achieve a pregnancy. So in this technology, in this procedure, they are handling the gametes or embryos outside the body to achieve a pregnancy. That technology it is known as the assisted reproductive technology. It increases the chance of pregnancy in infertile couple. This technology it is helpful to cause the increases the chance of pregnancy of infertile couples. Then assisted reproductive technology includes different types. Okay, different techniques are there. What are they? Intrauterine insemination, intrauterine insemination, in vitro fertilization, embryo transfer, zygote intrafallopian transfer, gamete intrafallopian transfer, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, periplantation genetic diagnosis, oocyte and sperm donation and surrogacy. These are the different methods. We are using these methods, okay, for assisted reproductive technology. What is the meaning of assisted reproductive technology? If the couple they are becoming infertile artificially in outside the body, maybe the gametes or an embryo can handle that embryos and gametes. It is helpful to achieve a pregnancy. That technology it is known as the assisted reproductive technology. Okay, let us learn one by one. First one, intrauterine insemination. This is a procedure to treat infertile men with low sperm count. So the men they can have in a very less number of sperm. Okay, they are using intrauterine insemination. The semen is collected either from the husband or from a healthy donor and is introduced into the uterus through the vagina by a gatherer after stimulating the ovaries to produce more ova. First, they are stimulating the ovaries to produce more ovum. At the same time, they are collecting the semen from the husband or any other healthy sperm donor. Okay. Then they are injecting the sperm into the uterus. Okay, the sperm swim towards the fallopian tube to fertilize the egg, resulting in normal pregnancy. Then automatically the sperm they can enter into the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube already egg is waiting, so fertilization will occur. Then normal implantation will occur. It is helpful to maintain in a normal pregnancy. That is known as intrauterine insemination. The next one is the in vitro fertilization or test tube baby. In this technique, sperm and eggs are allowed to unite outside the body, that is in the laboratory. Okay, one or more fertilized eggs may be transferred into the woman's uterus. So in this technique, we are making to produce the embryo in the laboratory. Okay, outside the body, mainly in the laboratory. One egg or more fertilized eggs may be transferred into the human uterus. That fertilized egg, fertilization occurs in the lab. Sperm and then ovum they will collect, then they will make the fertilization in the artificial manner in the lab. After fertilized egg, they can transfer into the woman uterus, where they may implant into the uterine lining and develop. So automatically when we are transferring the fertilized egg, they can transfer into the woman's uterus. That process is known as the implantation. Then the embryo they can start to develop. Okay, excess embryos may be cryopreserved. Okay, cryopreserved we can preserve in a freezing condition, frozen, that stage for future use. Only one time we can attain the in vitro fertilization, we cannot get a successful result. We need to do 3 or 4 times. Okay, so for one time we are collecting, then next excess sperm we can store in the method of cryopreservation. Okay, for second, third and fourth attempt we can use. Then in vitro fertilization was used to treat women with blocked, damaged or absent fallopian tube. The women, they don't have a normal fallopian tube. Then damage or any blockage or any absent in the fallopian tube, they are using in the in vitro fertilization, because the egg, they can stand waiting for the sperm in the fallopian tube. Fertilization occur inside the fallopian tube, okay, in the place of the fallopian tube. Then only the embryo, they can implantation transfer into the uterus. Okay, so when the fallopian tube is damaged or blocked or absent, okay, for that people they are using in the in vitro fertilization. Okay, but today in vitro fertilization is used to treat many causes of infertility. Before they have used for that reason, above reason, but today in vitro fertilization is used to treat many causes of infertility. The basic step is in an in vitro fertilization treatment cycle or ovarian stimulation. So first, for this technique they need, what are the steps they are following? Ovarian stimulation, ovata stimulate பண்ணி ovata mature பண்றது. Then egg retrieval, egg store பண்ணி வைக்கிறது. Fertilization, embryo culture and embryo transfer. So these are the basic. Okay, first ovary stimulate பண்ணி ovata produce பண்ண வைக்கணும். அப்புறம் கலெக்ட் பண்ண அந்த எக் எல்லாம் அப்படியே தக்க வைக்கணும். அடுத்து ஃபெர்டிலைசேஷன், அடுத்து எம்ப்ரியோ அங்கே ஃபார்ம் பண்ணணும், அடுத்து அந்த எம்ப்ரியோவை யூட்டரஸ்க்குள்ள ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணணும். So these are the basic steps it is involving in a in vitro fertilization treatment. Egg retrieval is done by minor surgery under general anesthesia. So egg தக்க வைக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுறாங்கன்னா ஒரு ஸ்மால் சர்ஜரி பண்ணுறாங்க. அதுக்கு ஜென்ரலாக ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய அனஸ்தீசியா மயக்க மருந்தை கொடுத்து அந்த எக்கை வந்து என்ன செய்வாங்க, ரிட்ரைவ் பண்ணுவாங்க. யூஸிங் அல்ட்ராசவுண்ட் கைடு, one of the wireless instruments they are using. After 34 to 37 hours of human chorionic gonadotropin injection. So before the egg retrieval, they are injecting the hormone injection, human chorionic gonadotropin. And the chorionic gonadotropin என்ன செய்யும், gonadsக்குள்ள போய் என்ன அந்த கோரியான்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய லேயர்லாம் ஸ்டிமுலேட் பண்ண வச்சு அந்த ஓவத்தை செக்ரேட் பண்ண வைக்கும். அந்த இன்ஜெக்ஷன் போட்டு 34 to 37 hours after they are doing a small minor surgery. Okay, the eggs are prepared and stripped from the surrounding cells. அங்க எக் ரெடியா இருக்கும், அந்த ஓவர்ல கூடிய சரௌண்டிங் செல்ஸ்ல இருந்து அந்த எக்கை ஃபுல்லா என்ன செய்வாங்க, அப்படியே எடுப்பாங்க. Then at the same time the sperm preparation is done using a special media. At the same time sperm preparation also in another special medium they are preparing. After preparing the sperm, the eggs are brought together. So when the sperm is get ready, then the sperm they can brought together near the eggs. So for only one egg nearly we need 10,000 to 1 lakh of motile sperms are needed. Okay, then the zygote is allotted. We have injected that, then the sperm they can go and fertilize the egg, then they can produce the zygote. Then that zygote is allowed to divide to form 8 cell blastomeria. Okay, first what single cell, that zygote divide into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8. So like that cell stage we need to wait. After we need to transfer that 8 celled blastomere into the uterus for the successful pregnancy. The transfer of an embryo with more than 8 blastomere stage into the uterus is called embryo transfer technique. So we are transferring the embryo in the 8-celled blastomere stage into the uterus, that is known as embryo transfer technique. Can you understand all of you? What? In vitro fertilization, how, what are the steps they are making to do that? Okay, so here they have given the meaning of cryopreservation. Cryopreservation of embryos is often used when there are more embryos than needed for a single in vitro fertilization transfer. So we need more embryos, okay, in vitro fertilization transfer. For that we can collect the excessive embryos. We can collect one embryos, we can implantation into the uterus. So remaining embryos we can store into the refrigerator in a freezing condition. So that pregnancy is not successful, again we can use this preserved, cryopreserved embryos. Okay, the Embryo cryopreservation can provide an additional opportunity for pregnancy. It is also is one of the useful. In vitro fertilization only one time they cannot attain in a successive. Okay, we need to do 3 or 4 times. Okay, then only we can get the successive result of in vitro fertilization. So for that we can one time we can stimulate the egg retrieval condition. That embryo we can store in a cryopreservation for the additional future use we can use. Okay, it is helpful for the additional opportunity for the pregnancy through a frozen embryo transfer without undergoing another ovarian stimulation and retrieval. Again ஒரு இன்ஜெக்ஷன் போட்டு அந்த ஓவரியை ஸ்டிமுலேட் பண்ணி எக்கை ரிட்ரைவல் பண்ண வைக்க விடாமல் அதுக்கு பதிலாக ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டார்டிங்லேயே அந்த எம்ப்ரியோ என்ன செய்யலாம் நம்ம க்ரையோ ப்ரிசர்வேஷன் மூலமாக நிறையா எம்ப்ரியோ ஃபார்ம் ஆச்சுன்னா ஏன்னா வி ஆர் டேக்கிங் இன் அ நம்பர் ஆஃப் செல்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் தட் சரௌண்டிங் ஓவரிஸ். Surrounding ovaries was we are collecting the egg, number of egg. So only one egg they are using in implantation. Remaining that embryos and all they are storing in the refrigerated in a frozen condition. That is known as a cryopreservation. That embryo, the first time it is not in for what result. For next we can use that cryopreservation embryos. The technique it is known as the frozen embryo transfer technique. Okay, can you understood all of you? What this intrauterine insemination and then it is known as the in vitro fertilization. The next is known as zygote intrafallopian transfer. Zygote intrafallopian transfer. So before also we have seen in a in vitro fertilization 8 cell stage of blastomeres they are transferring into the uterus. Okay, that is known as the embryo transfer technique. Then here zygote intrafallopian transfer. As in vitro fertilization, the zygote up to 8 blastomere stage is transferred into the fallopian tube. அங்கே என்ன பண்ணாங்க யூட்டிரஸ்குள்ளே ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணாங்க இன்விட்ரோ ஃபெர்டிலைசேஷனில். ஆனால் இங்கே சைகோட் இன்ட்ராஃபெலோபியனில் அந்த 8 பிளாஸ்டோமியர்ஸ் எங்கே ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணுறாங்க fallopian tube in the method of laparoscopy. The zygote continues its natural division and migrate towards the uterus where it get implanted. So 8 blastomere stage of embryo, that zygote they are transferring into the fallopian tube by the laparoscopy. Then the zygote it is involving in a further division. Then normally they can migrate from fallopian tube into the uterus in the process of implantation. Okay, that is known as zygote intrafallopian transfer. Can you understood all of you?